Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WNBC.
Local Spotlight.
Good morrow, everyone. This is The Other Side of Midnight on 77 WABC. I'm Frank Morano. Is it me, or did this week just fly by? Sometimes the weeks that have the 3-day weekend in them, like Labor Day, they end up feeling a lot longer than the weeks where you have to put in a full 5 days. But I feel like this week just started, and yet here we are. The weekend is here. It's already Friday. Now, that's great. It's great to have the weekend. You know what that means. It's time for Ask Frank Anything. Oh, yes. If you have a question on absolutely any subject, go ahead and give me a call right now. You can start queuing up at 646-720-0635. That's 646-720-0635. The only thing we ask is you make them good. You make them interesting. You make them creative. A little offbeat is always good, but most importantly, you make them questions. So whatever you have questions about, go ahead and ask, and we'll give a prize to whomever comes up with the best question. Meantime, some news you might have heard here in New York, but this is relevant no matter where you're listening. New York Governor Kathy Hochu recently shared that she'll be undergoing a minor procedure to remove a small spot of skin cancer from her nose. Thankfully, it's basal cell carcinoma, which is often treatable and rarely spreads. Governor Hochul's transparency about this health issue serves as an important reminder for all of us, regardless of political views, to take care of our skin and prioritize regular screenings. Skin cancer doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, and routine checkups, wearing sunscreen, and protecting yourself from UV rays are simple but essential steps. If skin cancer runs in your family, or if you spend a lot of time outdoors, it's even more important. Let's use this moment to remember that early detection can absolutely save lives. I sincerely wish Governor Kathy Hochu a speedy recovery, and I encourage everyone to take a proactive approach to their health, whether it's skin cancer or any other condition. Regular screenings, regular checkups can make all the difference in the world. And I have to give credit to Governor Hochu for how she's handling this and using this as an opportunity to do sort of a public service announcement about the importance of skin cancer and skin cancer screenings, more specifically. So wishing you the best, Governor Hochu. All right, let me hear your questions. 646-720-0635. Time for Ask Frank Anything. While you're waiting, you can check out the WABC Radio Store. Go to WABCRadiostore.com. That's WABCRadiostore.com and click on Personalities, and yours truly, Frank Morano. Whatever you purchase, use the promo code FRANK15 and get a 15% discount.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WNBC.
Local Spotlight.
Good morrow, everyone. This is The Other Side of Midnight on 77 WABC. I'm Frank Morano. The resignation of NYPD Commissioner Edward Caban just a day after the anniversary of September 11th has brought some major changes to the NYPD's leadership. While I wish the new interim commissioner, Tom Donlin, the best in his efforts to lead the department, I do believe that if the city was going to appoint an interim commissioner, someone with experience within the NYPD would have been a better choice. I think that it takes you a while before you even know where the men's room is, let alone running the department. And yet, coming into a department that's got all this turmoil, I really understand that where we're coming from, but I wish there was somebody with a little more experience of knowing the personalities, knowing the ins and outs inside one police plaza. Yes, given that Caban's resignation stems from a federal investigation involving several members of Mayor Adams' circle, the instinct to bring in a fresh set of eyes is understandable. However, selecting someone with a proven track record of leadership and integrity within the NYPD, such as former Commissioner Bill Bratton or Ray Kelly, would not only have instilled public confidence, but also reassured the rank-and-file officers who work tirelessly to keep our city safe. Bringing in someone from the outside, especially from the FBI, an agency not without its own scandals lately, could raise questions about whether this move will truly address the challenges the NYPD is facing right now. At a time when low morale is affecting the department and political pressures from a radical city council are making the job even harder, we need someone who understands the inner workings of the NYPD, has the respect of the officers, and can rebuild trust. The NYPD plays a vital role in safeguarding New Yorkers from threats of terrorism and everyday crime. A commissioner from within the ranks with deep institutional knowledge and credibility would have been more equipped to tackle the tough road ahead. We can only hope that Donlin rises to the challenge. But if we're serious about keeping our city safe, we need leadership that is beyond reproach and focused on rebuilding a department that has seen better days. That is for sure. I do wish Interim Commissioner Donlin the best, and hopefully we can put this whole scandal behind us sooner rather than later. I just hope this scandal doesn't continue to grow and become more of a problem for not only the mayor, but the city.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at stitchfix.com.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WABC.
Local Spotlight.
Andrew Cuomo may no longer be in office, but you'll be happy to know if you're a New York taxpayer, New Yorkers are still paying his legal bills to the tune of $25.4 million and counting. Most of this money has gone to defending Cuomo and his top aides against lawsuits and investigations, ranging from sexual harassment accusations to the mishandling of nursing home data during the pandemic. Because these allegations stem from actions while Cuomo was governor, New York law mandates that taxpayers cover the legal expenses. Keep in mind, he also has a very lavish campaign account that he's also using to pay all sorts of bills with. Now, I believe that public officials, just like any other citizen, deserve a presumption of innocence. They shouldn't be left bankrupted by investigations or lawsuits tied to their public service. But here's the question. Where does it end? Cuomo resigned in August of 2021, and we're still covering his legal defense 2 years later? How long should taxpayers be on the hook for the defense of a former governor or public official? Should it be indefinite, or is there a point where it becomes excessive? To make matters worse, the state is footing the bill for Cuomo's high-powered legal team, which has employed aggressive, even invasive tactics. Subpoenas for personal records like those from a gynecologist, therapist, or phone records of people tangentially involved. This isn't just a defense. It's a legal assault, and New Yorkers are paying for it. Cuomo's legal team justifies these costs, arguing that they're defending against baseless claims and political attacks. But should taxpayers really be responsible for funding legal strategies that push the ethical boundaries in pursuit of victory at all costs? Shouldn't we have some say in who gets hired and how the money is spent, since it's our money that's being used? This raises bigger questions about the system as a whole. We need some form of oversight or reform. One possible solution could be capping legal fees or requiring a special committee to approve legal expenses once an official is out of office. After all, it's public money, and we're entitled to some transparency and accountability. I don't have all the answers on this one, but one thing is clear. This current system is in dire need of reform. How long should the taxpayers foot the bill for Cuomo's defense? And more importantly, how many more millions are we willing to spend? I don't know about you, but I'm done. And it has nothing to do with this being Andrew Cuomo, someone that I've been very critical of. If this was somebody that I was quite fond of as a former public official, my attitude would be exactly the same.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
Nurses, are you tired of spending weeks or even months finding the perfect job that matches your specialty with your ideal shift and salary? LinkedIn has improved your job search experience. Search by specialty, the shift you want to work, and the salary you want to make. Go to linkedin.com/nurses and begin searching today. That's linkedin.com/nurses.
Note, side effects may include less time finding the perfect job, working a shift that you love with a salary that can take you to St. Thomas, Jamaica, and continuous smiling because of how simple this process was.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WBC.
Local Spotlight.
Good riddance, K5. The NYPD's pint-sized 400-pound wannabe RoboCop, more like RoboFlop, has drawn its brief, controversial stint in the subways to a close. After months in storage and a failed pilot program at the Times Square station, this robot is heading back to the unemployment line. Honestly, this was one thing New Yorkers on both the left and right agreed on. It was a colossal waste of money and resources. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm all for using new technology to fight crime. We've got drones, facial recognition, all kinds of gadgets to help keep the streets safe. But this hunk of metal, totally useless. In fact, it was worse than useless. It was a literal crime deterrent. Deterrent because it required actual NYPD officers to guard it. That's right. Our tax dollars at work, folks. Officers tasked with standing by, watching over a machine that was supposed to be doing the patrolling for them. You can't make this stuff up. What does Cindy Adams say? Only in New York, kids, only in New York. The K5 was marketed as a high-tech solution, a real-time crime-fighting hero that would assist with surveillance data and prevent bad actors from, well, acting bad. What we got instead was a glorified Roomba that made a few circles around Times Square, looking more like a confused tourist than a cop. Let's not forget the laughable nickname it earned, the oversized surveillance Roomba, which is honestly the perfect description for something that didn't clean up crime so much as just get in the way. But even after this disaster, Mayor Adams couldn't help but try to breathe new life into the bot, mentioning this week that K5 may soon get a new gig. And while the mayor was coy about details, let's face it, the only place this machine belongs is back in storage, maybe next to a dusty fax machine. The mayor's team quickly backtracked, clarifying that no redeployment is in place yet, and the city is assessing next steps. Translation: we don't know what to do with this clunky, expensive toy we bought, but we're hoping you forget about it soon. The kicker? Despite the robot being shelved, it was still being paid for as part of its 6-month contract. That's right. While it was sitting in storage collecting dust, it was also collecting paychecks, something the average New Yorker could only dream of. So here we are, watching as this ridiculous subway robot exits stage left. Let's hope this is the last we hear of K5. And the next time the city thinks about splurging on crime-fighting technology, they invest in something that actually, fights crime. Maybe cops.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
When an online shopper places an order, how that package arrives matters. I'm Al Coe, the CEO of ShipStation. Our promise is to make that process as easy as possible for you. ShipStation provides a robust platform to manage everything you sell, automate manual shipping tasks, and get the lowest possible carrier rates. Keep your team and your customers happy. Go to ShipStation.com to sign up for your free trial. That's ShipStation.com.